Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic, and today I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. So as you can see, I'm not doing a screen capture today. I'm not going to be reading through an article for you guys because there is something that I want to talk about that deals with yesterday's video, and it's something that I want to clarify and speak very clearly on in two different ways. So first, let me just say that I want to make very clear that I condemn any person who attacks someone personally. If you go after someone, even if they put themselves out there, even though that they might put themselves into the public sphere, even though they might get on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or any of these other locations, to me, just as a fellow human being, and this is the theology teacher in me, to treat another human being poorly is just never an acceptable behavior. It's never acceptable to do that, and I stand by that statement still to this day. And I know that that might not be popular with some people, but that's just how I personally feel. I think that there is a way that we can talk to each other. There is a way that we can use language to communicate with each other. Now, if someone is trolling you, if someone is just, asking to, be essentially just told off just, nonchalantly, then you know what? That's what they might be asking for. I know that I've had that several times in the comments of my videos. There are people who just want to troll. There are people who just want to attack, and I just delete it. I just, do away with it. I don't like deleting comments. I don't like ignoring people because I like engaging in discussions, especially with people who don't agree with me, especially with people who have a very different opinion than I do. But if you're just going to try and get a rise out of me, if you're just going to try to attack me, I'm not going to waste my time on that. And I don't think anyone else should either. But when it comes to attacking someone at a personal level, going after someone in that kind of a way, I never endorse that. I never support that. It's the reason why when the whole story with Kelly Marie Tran came out, I came out right away and said I do not support anyone harassing her for sexual or for racial issues. I don't think that's a good thing, and I condemn those people who did that. Now, of course, we know at this point that nothing has been confirmed about that story. We know at this point that she very well just could have left social media because she was filming a movie, and we know that there is essentially no clear information on what actually happened with it, even though the media will try and spin it the other way. And that's what I really want to talk about. That's my first point today that I want to talk about, is the media truly are the ones, the people in the media are truly the ones who are the biggest problem that we have in our current culture, in our current society. They are the ones that spin the stories. They are the ones who put the stories out there with the attempt to create disruption within people, to create disruption within society, because they are the ones that disruption is what brings them views. It's that disruption that brings them the eyeballs that they're looking for, brings them the ad revenue that they're looking for. And they do that, and they don't realize what it actually is that they're doing. Now, some people might say, well, aren't you doing that? No, I'm talking about these articles. I'm talking about these stories. I'm showing and exposing the spin so that we can just take it on head on and know exactly what it is we're dealing with so that we can understand how to go forward. That is what I'm trying to do. People in the media are not trying to do that. They seriously want, because again, if you don't like what I have to say, I don't care. You can not watch my videos. You can unsubscribe. You can just ignore me altogether. Again, I'm just speaking because I have a passion about speaking about movies. I have a passion about Star Wars. I have a passion about so many different things, and I want to be able to express it. And I've been loving having the conversations, not only in the comments, but especially in my live chats. So this has been something that I'm having fun doing. That's the reason why I do it. I don't do it just to get monetized. I don't do it just so I can get money. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's fun, and I've met a lot of really cool people doing this. Now, that is something that I think is very important, because the media, they aren't doing it for those reasons. The media aren't doing it because they like doing it. They don't like exposing the truth. They don't like telling things as they are. What they want to do is they want to create that disruption, because that is what keeps them necessary. That is what keeps them needed by society, because people want that. People love that. People love a juicy story. And that's the reason why I want to talk about point number 2, and that is the news, of course, about, I believe his first name is Ahmed, from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the one who played Jar Jar Binks, and the story coming out about, because of course he just posted a picture of how, and mentioned that he almost committed suicide from all the backlash he got as Jar Jar Binks, and how his son and his family really kind of saved his life, which is just a very beautiful story. And so I just want to say that he is in my prayers, his family's in my prayers, because I know, I've had people in my own life, in my own family, who have been touched by depression, who've been touched by these kinds of things. And so I know what it's like. I know what it's like to see someone go through that, and it's not good. It's not, it's something that can just bring someone down to in such a way. Even the people who are around that person it just can affect everyone in such a significant way, especially the person, of course, who was affected by the depression. And so I know what that's like. I've seen it, and it's awful. And so my thoughts and prayers go out to him, and I'm so glad that he's in such a better place now. But the biggest problem that I have with that is that, what did the media do? They didn't just say, isn't this a beautiful moment? They said, oh, that is because Just like now, we're having fan backlash against Kelly Marie Tran and the new Star Wars. It was the fan backlash of Jar Jar Binks that led him to that moment. Now, was there fan backlash for Jar Jar Binks? Sure, because it was an annoying character. But we've had annoying characters in so many different films. No one has ever gone after someone because they're an annoying character. No one has ever tried to attack someone personally, except for those maybe few sick people that exist out there. But who are the ones that actually went after Jar Jar Binks the most? It was actually the media. And this is something that a lot of people in my comments made very clear, and something that I actually did not mention in that video, is that the media actually are the ones that attacked Jar Jar Binks, because it was the media that pointed out, probably rightly so, that there was a racial caricature to Jar Jar Binks' character. But they're the ones that painted Jar Jar Binks in that way and really demonized Jar Jar Binks to the point of just trying to destroy the character overall. And so to say that that had no impact on him as a person, to say that that had no impact on him whatsoever, or his family whatsoever, being the fact that not just are fans just disappointed with the character and the representation of the character, but then you also had the media that were going after him and going after his betrayal, I can imagine that that would have been a lot on him. And so for people to try and say, oh, it's all the fans are where the toxicity is, it's the fans who are the ones who are disgusting, and they try and bring up all these different stories. Well, the two main stories that they bring up are that, which I've now just shown you, actually no, the media are the ones that really were at the forefront of attacking that character for very specific reasons. So there was, of course, that situation. And then the other one they like to talk about are, actually it's even broken up into two, and that's with the new Star Wars, and that's with not only Kelly Marie Tran, but also with Daisy Ridley. And they just ignore the context. Again, context is so key to understanding anything. Context is so important to understanding why things are going on, and that's what I always want to try to bring to this channel, is context and common sense. I've said this several times before, because I think it's important. If we just go through life thinking and accepting everything that's given to us, even just this video. Again, don't take my word for these things. If you want to do your own research, go right ahead and do so. If there's something that I said that's not correct, please say, hey, this is what I think, and I think you might be wrong here, but let's have a conversation. I will be glad to have a conversation. Again, because I am not always right. I know that there are times that I am wrong, and I will always admit that to you. In fact, I want to apologize to someone in the comments. Unfortunately, I don't have the name in front of me right now, but they made a comment, and I thought that it was someone who was trolling my video. And so I came back with a smart aleck comment, and the person made very clear that I didn't read their comment, and they were absolutely right. So there are times when I make mistakes, and I apologize to that person, and hopefully that person got my response and hopefully accepts my apology, because again, there are times that I make mistakes too. But the biggest problem is that we have a media that does not accept the mistakes that they make. You didn't hear any articles or any media talking over the last few days about, oh, the role that the media played in what happened to that actor. You didn't hear any of that. Instead, you only heard that from comment sections and from other channels like mine, where they are just trying to expose the reality of the situation. And I think it's so important, because again, without this context, without common sense, we get lost. And we just get separated continually, because again, that is the media agenda. That is the SJW, specifically the SJW media agenda. They want to put people in these tiny little groups because they themselves are in their own tiny little bubbles. So they want everyone else to feel as isolated as they do. And what does that do? It separates people. That is what causes the tension that is within our own country and within our own world today. It is that kind of tension that is caused by this mindset, caused by this philosophy, caused by this media that we have in today's world. And I just want to get this video out there to make very clear that we need to understand that. We need to remember our history, because if we don't remember history, this is something that's been very famous. If we don't remember our history, we are doomed to repeat it, and I do not want to see that ever happen again. So let us continue to stay on top of it, not just my channel, not just the people who support my channel, but every single person out there. Let us continue to get on this. Let us continue to cover this. Let us continue to just shoot it straight, to remain in, as I always say, to remain in reality, to remain in a common sense attitude, and to always be straightforward and honest. So what do you guys think? I know that this is a little bit different than my normal videos, but I thought it was important for me to get this out there. Let me know if you like this video. Hit that thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I just went over 1,000 subs, and again, I want to always say this. I'm so thankful for everyone that has subscribed, for anyone who has supported, who has been a part of the live streams. And guys, please be a part of the live streams, because I know that sometimes it can feel kind of tedious about how much Star Wars news I cover, but it is one of my passions. But I also love movies. I love other elements of pop culture, and I'm able to cover that a lot more in my live streams, which usually go from hour and a half. We've been doing a lot of like 2.5 hour streams. I had a 3.5 hour stream the other day in celebration of the 1,000 subs, and so you're always welcome. We talk about so many different things. I never ignore a comment, as long as it's, again, not coming. As long as you're not being a troll in the comments, I'm going to read every single comment you have, any question you may have, and I will talk about it to the best of my ability. And also, the chat is amazing. I have some amazing people in there. I have got some amazing mods as well, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. So please think about joining us. We're going live tonight at 7:30, so please think about joining us tonight, and you'll have a good time. So thank y'all so much for watching. Have a great day, and as always, God bless.